Oh well.
Oh,
Oh well. Oh wow. Hello. It's Ginger's Greetings here on YouTube and on Instagram. And today we are going to be going over the fictional crushes, the past ones of my gay THEA. Say hello.
Hello.
So yeah, they're my guest on the channel today. I have a guest. They're my gay. It's wonderful and cool and great and snazzy.
Yeah.
And unsnazzily, this is actually the second time we've recorded this. So I think everybody should make some depression popcorn with us because we've got depression popcorn here. Which I'm going to take a bite of. Nom. Nom. We got depression popcorn. We got this. It's no longer a reaction video because I'm being transparent. I have seen all of these before. We had some really funny reactions. We had so many counters for so many different things, and that is all out the window now. But we can still share our neat little inside jokes with you. We can present all of these, and maybe we'll form some new inside jokes together this time.
Yeah.
Speaking of, let me double check that that's actually recording. Yep, it is still going. So far, so good. Let's go.
I can see us checking a couple times, just to be sure.
Yes, we are definitely checking. So leave an F in the comments for our suffering. Also, these are generally in reverse chronological order, and there will be another video on THEA's channel. I will link it down below, or at least link their channel down below. It'll hopefully be up roughly around the same time, going over my past fictional crushes. So if you want to see the tea on that, feel free to go over there. Anyway, boss from AI, the Somnium files. MILF. There's also going to be another video going up on their channel, either has gone up or will go up, about ranking MILFs. So extra reason to go over there. But anyway, spoiler warning, she's a MILF. 100% can see this one. I think in real life I'd be scared of her because she would step on me and in a way just being maybe a little mean. And I'd be like, please, I'm soft. So, love boss. Not for me. In real life, but also look at her.
Yeah.
Look at her.
Look at her.
No other option but to say yes.
Yeah.
Dorothea from...
Dorothea.
Dorothea.
Yeah, she's got a fancy name.
Dorothea from Fire Emblem 3 Houses. I imagine she loves that.
Yeah.
You think, like, just... If she was trans, I'd like to think she chose that name because she's like, ooh, I want to have money. I want to have a cool upper class name like Dorothea.
Yeah. I can see it.
Making some head. I don't know anything about Fire Emblem 3 Houses. I'm just throwing stuff out.
Throw trans headcanons at her.
Whoa!
Bam.
I'm sure somebody has done it. I feel like people make trans headcanons of basically every character for the most part, except for ones that are like really bad and problematic. And even then, sometimes people get attached to those characters and they go, I think they're trans, and that they're actually soft inside and misunderstood.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not here to roast your comfort characters though. I'm here to roast my gays fictional crushes who also might be comfort characters. So sorry for that. I'm not really sorry. I got permission to roast my gays, so we're gonna just be doing this the whole time, even though I did this already. So they have to get another round of it. Yes, you do get double roasted.
I'm already toasty. I'm gonna come out burnt.
Gonna be hot. Actually, you already are. You're already burnt because you started off being hot and now you're too hot. I need you to get out of this room or I'm going to burn alive. Anyway.
That is too hot.
This is just very memey. Anyway, I approve. She's good. She looks like she's going to seduce me. And just, good for her. I guess part of her character is like, she is like kind and sweet, but she also very much wants to seduce a wealthy person for their money. And honestly, good for her. MEIKO? MEIKO from Vocaloid. I think it's interesting and neat that these are just like voice banks with character designs for people to kind of just put whatever they want to on. I just think that's really neat and fun. I don't know if there's like a fan and interpretation of this character. Oh yeah, you mentioned that. Fan and interpretation of this character is more like a mom figure. I forget, did we decide she was a MILF?
Yeah, she's a MILF. She's got MILF energy.
MILF. So the MILF counter, wink wink, that was one of the counters, is now at 2. So we got 2 MILFs so far. She's a MILF. And I feel like all MILFs are generally an instant approval from me. I'm not into MILFs, but I can appreciate them. Not a MILF. But again, Hatsune
is
Miku
a pop idol sensation, iconic.
Wow. What if I just decided I didn't want to approve this one this time? I just go, no, I can't approve of your fictional crush on Hatsune Miku.
Wow, you're just gonna disapprove. Is it because she's already married to another man? You know, that one guy who like legally married Hatsune Miku.
Right. You know, good for him if that's what he wants to do. Did he regret it?
No, he was having fun. Although I think the hologram that he used to talk to Miku, like the program making it, like, or the company making the program, was like shutting it down, and he was sad about it.
Aw.
So that's how he talks to his wife.
That's sad. Anyway, I'm not gonna make fun of him. Whatever makes you happy. Point stands. Yeah, you can be a simp for Hatsune Miku. That's fine. And our furry counter gets started at 1 with the cat ears and cat tail for Izutsumi from Dungeon Meshi. I just realized in her design, she's got like a... Is that supposed to be fur? I thought that was like a stocking, and I just realized there's fur on her whole leg except for her foot. Is there foot art?
I don't know.
Why is it not on her other leg? Why is it uneven? Does she shave it? Does she shave it to try to be edgy?
No, she's just like this. She doesn't want to be like this.
Okay, so there's like lore.
Yeah, there's
about it.
lore.
Okay, I honestly just went, okay, cat girl, who's like looks a little edgy, and yeah, just soft, but like want to be edge. But no, there's like some edgy lore to this. All right, well, I'm sad for her. Sorry that she had to be like this. Also, specifically in the way of being uneven. I think that's another unfortunate bit about this, but I don't know. I generally approve. She gives me like almost like RWBY vibes a little bit with like the hair and the black red aesthetic.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. You know, especially that middle picture though. Very cool. I've already looked at the spoilers for this one, so we don't have to go through all that time there. But Falling, I think.
Something like
Falling.
That. I don't know.
Falling.
I've only
What's
read
a song with falling? No, that's not falling in my
Falling in
my
skin. This is not the right words.
I don't care. You're hilarious.
I am.
These are the right words now. Anyone who tells me otherwise, you're remembering the song wrong. So,
are you gaslighting the audience right now? Do I have to cancel you on Twitter?
we had a cancel count last time. I'm starting the cancel count at 1. We haven't said anything else to cancel this, right?
Yeah. It's lost to time, so we can't be canceled.
Exactly, you
so we
can't.
have to restart the cancel counter.
Exactly. So now we can be canceled again. Feel free to cancel us over. What exactly did I say? I'm gaslighting.
Yeah, you're gaslighting.
I'm gaslighting the audience, right? Hi. We're also not like trying to make light of, I feel like, any serious issues. I think more we're just poking fun at the fact that the internet really likes to over exaggerate things and try to cancel people for things that are like really dumb or not true, or things they did like decades ago, or
we're just clowning. If you cancel us for the cancel jokes, I feel like that's ironic.
Right? I'm just gonna be like, yeah, you just are that person now. Congrats. But anyway, we make those jokes because we're clowns. But yeah, Fallen. So I think she's pretty. She does add a 2 to the furry count for spoiler reasons that I will not describe. But it has me questioning, if you know what's behind the spoilers, if you know Dungeon Meshi, I have concerns why that was important. Because they didn't have to put that on there. They just did. So I guess that's important in knowing why THEA has a crush on Fallen. Judgment. No judgment for this one, though. There will be judgment for the ant on my screen. Dear God. I had never seen this character before, but hoo boy.
Yeah?
Hoo boy. I approve. There's a trend for me. You're not going to see this trend in my fictional crushes on THEA's channel, because a lot of them are men. I didn't know I was gay before.
Yeah, you were repressed. It's okay.
I'm like, oh, well, even if you don't know you're gay, you still get crushes. I'm like, yes, but mine were heavily repressed. Because being gay was not a safe thing to be in my household when I was a small on the internet and fandom culture. So there's not a whole lot of them. I had to go off of what I think I probably was. I don't know. Point stands. Now though, big trend is I like beefy women. with muscle. So anytime I see one, I'm just gonna be like, yes, this is an instant approve. I think that you said that this was a villain who's like murdered people, but I don't care. I love her.
Yeah.
She's fantastic.
She can like crush skulls with her hands.
Good.
I love her for it.
Yes. I love her. Zoe's good. Zoe's always good. She's from Monster Prom, and if you don't know her general premise, she's part of like DLC content, which we both have because Monster Prom's really good and you should play it. Again, there's a second one now.
A third, actually.
The third one's out?
The third one's out. Or at least it's in the progress. I'd have to check, but I think it's out.
Good for the creators, honestly. The game is really, really fun, and I like the idea of a competitive dating sim. I kind of wish there were more of them. Anyway, we're getting off topic. Zoe, Eldritch horror who decided to stop killing people and read fanfic, and she's trans. Literally, what else could you want?
She might still kill people, actually.
I thought she didn't do that anymore.
I think she eats screams.
Something like that. Eats fear or screams or something. Point stands, gave up a life of murdering lots of people, at least, for fan fiction. And she's trans. Again. Love her. Junko. Yeah. From Zombieland Saga. This one surprised me, honestly, until someone explained.
Yeah, it's mostly just her voice. Her singing voice is really, really good.
I feel like
a little deeper. It's very strong, powerful. I like it a lot.
We got strong women, deeper voices, MILFs. Yeah. Any trends? Any trends. But yeah, I have no problem with her. She's not my favorite from Zombieland Saga. From what I remember, she's like a little harsh, judgy, little dull. But she's got a cute design. And you know, her voice good from what I remember. So yeah, good. I approve. I almost forgot. You're not getting away with this.
Ah, darn.
So, is that your goal? You just weren't going to say anything to me?
Maybe.
Anyway, I want to get this cancel counter as high as I can without actually delving into anything like seriously problematic. Just jokes. Zombieland Saga. This is a zombie. And THEA, I wish I had this on recording. So here's how it went. I don't like zombies. I'm afraid of zombies. I can approve, but I wouldn't date her personally, because I guess, call me zombie phobic, even though that's literally, I guess, what I am. I'm afraid of zombies. And I was like, is that what it would be called? And THEA chimed in, I think that would be like necrophobic. And I was like, wouldn't that make you a necrophiliac then? And they tried to backtrack, and I'm not letting them live this down. Please tell me this is what happened. Can you confirm? Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah! That's a confirmation of their crimes! So, obviously, this means the necrophilia counter is at 1 and 2, because there are 2 of them on here from Zombieland Saga.
This one's also a MILF in my heart.
Yugiri?
Yugiri.
So we're at 3 MILFs so far. 3 MILFs, 2 1 dead. I'll call it that if that makes it any better on you. But I like just calling it the necrophilia counter.
I love you.
I think it's fun. Woo! I have permission to be awful. I think she's fun. I really like her concept. It's funny. Actually, you have these two. Because I remember Junko's bit was like, yeah, she's not actually from that long ago, but she's still having a hard time processing everything. Whereas Yugiri is from a long time ago. But she's just like, all right, chill.
Vibing.
Cool.
She's just high half the time, honestly.
My gosh.
She's got that pipe.
Yeah, just honestly, I don't like drugs. Don't do drugs. But in terms of vibes, good for her. I think that's really fun. I really like that about her. 10 out of 10. And also she's a MILF, so she automatically wins.
Yes.
My Lisa. Part of this is just going to be me butchering names. I apologize.
Lisa.
I got poked. So, from what I understand, she's from a rhythm game. And she's like a soft, bubbly girl in like a emo, edgy band. I love the dynamic. I think it's super fun. I also love how they like chose to style her in white, be like a good counter to her stage.
Yeah, like
Sona.
Yeah, the goth rock band is very like, like dark blacks and purples and blues.
Yeah, you can see that in the chibi version. I think that's really fun. I really like the way they went about that. Character design in my brain, for me, is a 10 out of 10. And also just, I approve. She's good. RWBY!
RWBY!
Do you want to talk about this one?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, RWBY's here, I feel like, largely because there's one, I relate really heavily to Penny, and I ship Penny and RWBY together because they're really cute. And two, because I relate really heavily to Penny and also like relate you very heavily with RWBY, and I'm gay. So
That you are.
yeah. Also just she's good. She's good and fun and desperately needs a therapist.
God, yes. That was my points last time. Just I like RWBY. Both the show and the character. You know, there's been some bits
that's a
about
whole-
the show, and this isn't like a drama news channel.
Yeah.
I'm not here to get into that.
Yeah, we're not here to get into all of that. We're here to look at RWBY and say, is she a good fictional crush or not?
In terms of character, like RWBY's a really fun character. I like her. I do really hope the show turns around in terms of like, even in terms of content of the show. Before I heard about the drama, I was already starting to get like a little bit tired of just the constant just bad thing, bad thing, bad thing, bad thing. And I think that some people just really like that. They want to be like, they want like the creators of their favorite shows to like slap them around and like treat them however they want and just like step on them and go, you're gonna suffer and you're gonna like it.
Yeah, see, I want to
I'm
be
not-
gently coddled like a little baby. I want to be wrapped up nicely in a little blanket and like given a little goodnight forehead kiss and told that I matter.
I'm not into fandom BDSM. Just not my thing. RWBY needs a therapist. Let them be happy. Character-wise, though, she's good. Yeah, Chica from Love Live Sunshine.
Yeah, she's another one that reminds me of you, so I'm gay.
I wonder why. Oh yeah, this starts. Or does this start the redhead counter?
How many redheads are in here? I
Oh,
think
yeah.
you counted Yugiri, so that's
Yeah.
one.
We're counting Yugiri. RWBY is not a redhead. She's got like,
She's got like a little red in her hair, but I feel like it's different.
like that could be dyed.
Yeah.
I assume that's dyed because it's more like the tips. I feel like most of the time.
So this is 2.
Two redheads. There's a redhead counter, and if you count me, it's at 3 because I'm in this video, and so I count. I have a track record of just meeting people who are into redheads, and it's become kind of a joke because I am a redhead. Thea, you mentioned that your mom.
Yeah, my mom has a thing for redheads. Like, obviously, she's straight, so it's...
I imagine she's also less weird about it.
Yeah.
I feel like being into redheads, like, when I say that, I feel like there's a difference between going, oh, I think people with red hair are attractive, and because it looks nice, and I think people who have red hair, redheads, I think they're hot.
Yeah.
It's a different vibe.
My
And
mom
I-
just said she wanted to have kids with red hair really bad.
It's a common thing I hear. My own mom went, I want redheaded grandkids. Give me redheaded grandkids. And I went, no, I'm gay. And also not that I couldn't have kids if I'm gay, but like, I just don't want
Also, you
them.
don't want kids, yeah.
I don't want kids. And even if I did end up changing my mind, the one thing I am positive about is a post-fetus thing is not coming out of my body. No, thank you. I refuse. Point stands, just people are worried about red hair. And I've met a lot of people interested in me who are interested in me probably because I'm a redhead. And I noticed that there's a fair amount of redheads in here, actually, which I attribute more to just redheads being like, oh, that's a fun pop of color, like a fun character design trait. But I'm making fun of them for it. So point stands. You're into redheads.
I'm being bullied.
The counter's at 3 now. But I still approve of her because she's fun and bubbly and energetic.
Yeah.
I have never seen Love Live Sunshine. I'm going off of what I know from them.
Yeah.
All right. And so now we've got like a lot of the shooter games coming up. This is the first of them. Paladins, free-to-play game online, I guess.
Yep.
You told me what her name is.
Kinessa?
Kinessa. Sorry. There's a lot of them here, okay? I didn't like sit down beforehand and just go, Kinessa. Kinessa. It's a pretty name though. But yeah, I think like in general, like her like vibe is fun. Although one of the problems I find with shooter games in terms of the character designs is they tend to look, I think, a little fiercer. And I feel like I like really buff like really buff women. But in terms of like fierceness, in terms of looking like they are about to harm me, like have intent to kill, not my vibe. She's a little fun, a little mischievous. I don't really like her outfit. I think it's a little like barfy. You got this weird, like, you've got this like,
Yeah.
like it's not, I don't know. Like,
It is objectively kind of ugly. Just a little.
like, it's like, okay, you've got baggy pants, which remind me of like cargo pants and metal shoes and a skull. I don't really like skulls on clothes, so that's already like a nah for me. You can see her abs. That's fun, but her like upper torso like clothing is a little generic, and it kind of just looks like, oh, they're trying to make her look like cool, edgy, and she does look not cool, edgy, like cool, fierce, cool, showing a little bit of skin, and she checks off all those boxes, but not in a way that I personally like aesthetically. So
float your goat.
Doesn't float my goat. So yeah, valid, but not my cup of tea. I like her a little more. This is
Pharah.
Pharah.
Say Pharah.
Right, because it's even in quotes. Pharah from Overwatch. I think the armor is really cool. I really like that like light blue with the yellow. I think it's really neat. A cool vibe, but she also like, maybe it's just the poses. They all look very fierce. And again, it's a shooter game. They're all coming out with intent to win and kill and whatever.
Yeah.
But I just don't like that, which is weird because the next one doesn't have that problem as much because I feel like they gave her a more neutral expression. But anyway, love her vibes in terms of aesthetic a lot more than the last one. I think if she was in like something that's a bit more neutral, something that wasn't like a shooter game, basically, if she was just in like a casual like slice of life anime or cartoon or game or something,
Yeah.
like, I think I would really like her. But
Yeah.
it could also just be the photos. I like her though. I don't like that. Again, that photo on the upper right. I don't like it because it looks like she's about to hurt me, and I don't like it. But the other ones, I feel like they gave her a bit more of like a neutral expression, like the tattoo going on. Love the hair. I feel like the outfit could do more for me, but in terms of like general build, I'm like, yeah, she's a buff lady. What lady, right?
Yep.
Lady, what do you want from me? Looks very queer.
Yeah.
I enjoy. So just, I like all three of them. I think these are the only three from like the shooter category.
Yeah.
But this one's my preference. Buff women. I like them all though. You're valid.
We have
No.
a whole bit.
We don't, yeah.
It's strange, yeah.
Life is Strange. The first game, I have the first and second game. I do still want to play them. I'm mad about the whole ending bit, and it just, I don't think
it's garbage. And honestly, Chloe's probably more on this list for like fan interpretations, having like fixated on it for like a good couple years when I was into it.
Yeah. Even then, I'm gonna say this take isn't valid because I don't know the fan version. I just know from what I remember and from what I've heard in general, Chloe's not the best character.
She's not
like
great.
Flawed. I mean, I don't mind flawed characters. I like flawed characters, but like,
I don't think
know.
she deserves to die. Cough, cough, unlike the fucking game.
I like the concept that the game is not like, oh, she dies in the game, but like the game deserves to die.
Well, no, I mean like the game thinks she deserves to die.
Well, I know that. I'm implying that I understand that, but I'm implying that you sounded like you were implying something else. That's the joke. Anyway.
I am clueless. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, Life is Strange. If you guys don't know, I feel like it was pretty popular a while back, but just in case you decide to look at this and go, oh, there's like queer women, that's really cool, I should play it. Don't. Because the entire game is basically just, hey, the morally correct thing to do is to let your gay die. Yeah. And also it's a game about the butterfly effect, which is really cool, but it only boils down to two options, and it just feels like they're trying to do something weird and meta, but it ends up feeling like maybe they just didn't have the budget to make multiple endings.
Yeah, it ends up feeling super lame.
It's bad.
And here's Max, who I like more. I feel like just in the like canon base game, like there's not like weird stipulations where I'm like, well, maybe I like I like Max. She's soft and awkward and just she's a nerd. I think she's fun. She's fun and good. I related to Kate in this game a lot. So I was like, yeah, I like those two together more than I like Max with Chloe. But I think, yeah, just absorbed like fan and interpretation enough like through the years that like I like drew like images where I like called Chloe my punk wife with a little heart. So I was like, I guess I have to put her here, but I'm not happy about it.
No valid. Last one, not valid. This one, valid. Let's move on. This was another really funny section, lots of time. So I saw Fox Mulder. And again, we know Shelly was a big like Shelly?
Who's Shelly?
Is it not Shelly? Scully. Why am I saying Shelly?
I don't know.
Instead of skulls, it's shells now. Shelly. I don't know why. Just L-L-Y and starts with an S. S. Shelly. Shut up. This is the new inside joke. Scully is actually Shelly now. I don't know who Shelly is. Point stands. Scully was a gay awakening for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Thea's a lesbian.
Yeah.
Who really liked the X-Files. And I saw Fox Mulder and I'm like, the next one's gonna be Scully, isn't it? And they just laughed at me.
Yeah.
Point stands.
You were right.
I approve of both. Pretty. She's also got red hair. So redhead counter goes to 4. Yeah. I think. I don't think there's any other ones. Redhead count goes to 4. Let's get the cancel counter up to, was it up at 2?
Yeah.
And now it's at 3 because you're a lesbian who had a fictional crush on a man. Obviously, that means you're bi. Because if you ever had even a fictional crush on a man, even if like you never expected like a man ever again in real life or fictionally, you have to say you're bi.
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously.
This is a joke, by the way.
This is I think that's the point. That's why.
Obvious, yeah.
Yes. So I watched the first Ghostbusters. I really didn't like it. Sorry, hon.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
But
it's not.
The main guy who's supposed to be like charismatic is say some
Douchebag.
Yeah. That. He feels like the kind of character that my mom would watch and go, yeah, he's hot. And I would be like, that's already a red flag because she's got bad taste. Hi, Mom, if you're watching, I've told you this to your face, so it's fine to say, right? But yeah, so did not like the first one. I've not seen the second because I think there is a second. I know a lot of people didn't like the rendition with the gals.
Yeah, this is a fun, funky reboot, but it's good. And people who don't like it, I mean, you're valid to your opinion, but also your opinion might just be based in misogyny. Just maybe a little. Literally, why can't a Ghostbuster be a woman? Or can women not hunt ghosts? I'm confused. Like, it makes sense if it's like, oh yeah, just the first and second one, they were all men, and now it's just, we're here for the lesbians, all right? Let them live. You got the first two. Also, like, look at her. Yeah, no, just, she's a whole vibe. I definitely feel like she's here to appeal to, like, queer women. She's played by a queer woman. Oh, really? Yeah. Well, that makes even more sense. Not only is she here to appeal to the queer women, she is a queer woman. I'm here for her. She's got the vibes. Everything about this is great. Yeah. Now we get to Skyrim. Thea and I really like to play Skyrim later at night, especially when I'm feeling anxious and angsty. Antsy. You're antsy. You blast the emo music. A single tear rolls down your cheek. And we're playing Skyrim. We're blasting the emo music of Skyrim. Skyrim is emo music. You just like play it and I just feel sad. It's perfect. But yeah, so Aela the Huntress, Thea pointed out to me when we first played, saying, yeah, this is the character that they would normally go for, you know, romancing, quote unquote, a character, even though that's less of a thing in Skyrim. It's more just put on a necklace. Want to get married? And yeah, I wish there was more of a mechanic for it. You do get a wedding. She's got a fun personality in terms of just very like, is a warrior, is a woman. That's always fun. But I was like, I don't know, nothing's really like clicking in terms of this says that it's something that Thea would like. And then werewolf. So, furry counter is at 3. Got a fun design. I agree. But yeah, it's definitely one to add to the furry counter. And I'm pretty sure that the main reason you like this is because werewolf. Yeah, it's a pretty big part of it. Yeah. And then we get to, oh, look, another undead person. Serana. Love Serana. She's from the DLC content in Skyrim. Thea has the 50th anniversary edition. So 50th?
50th?
I don't think it's that old.
10th?
10th, maybe? I
15?
genuinely don't remember.
50 years old. No. They have the whateverth anniversary edition of Skyrim, which includes Serana, who's a much more like fleshed out character. She women. I'm not sure if you can romance her. I saw things online saying you could, but I know Thea was under the impression that you couldn't because vampire. Point stands, just regardless, she's great. Really hope you can romance her. We haven't gotten to the part of the game where we could try. And yeah, hard agree. Very good. Also, necrophilia counter is now at 3.
Hey, hon. You hard agreed that one. Your necrophilia counter is at 1.
A 1 is just an exception. You've got a man on here. Are you no longer a lesbian? Not a necrophiliac, if I only like what?
What's the cancel counter at? I think I should go up a notch.
I think we were at 3. So
Hey,
we're
what's
at
at
4.
4 now?
4 now, okay. 4 now for necrophilia.
No, for cancel. 3 for necrophilia.
Well, no, I mean like went up. The cancel counter went up to 3 because of the necrophilia. Danny Lawrence from
Carmilla.
Lawrence from Carmilla.
Yep.
Yes, I wasn't sure if I pronounced her name right, but yeah. So Danny here, also
redhead, yeah.
I mean, also redhead. So the redhead counter is going up to is that 5 now?
How many redheads are in here?
All right, so this is 6.
Yep.
All right, that makes sense. Spoilers, I guess. Carmilla's a show about basically it's like a queer niche video, like web video series about vampires. It's actually really cool. It definitely looks like a little bit lower budget, probably because it was, especially when it started out. But it's still really neat. I would say if you really like niche media online, give it a try, give it a watch.
Yeah.
Spoilers though, you might want to skip a little bit if you do want to give it a try because the necrophilia counter goes up.
Fuck! I can't believe you've done this. So it's at what now? 4?
4.
Yeah.
You're at 4. How do you feel?
Damn it. I forgot that one entirely, honestly. I was so subscribed to early season 1 and 2 fan and werewolf Danny AUs that I forgot.
I like the idea that this niche media had its own fan base.
Yeah. It did.
That's really neat. But yeah, point stands, Carmilla is really good. I'd say give it a watch. This is Mel from Lumberjanes, a comic started by N.D. Stevenson. Love the look. What are Mel's pronouns?
Maybe.
At least according to the internet. She, her pronouns. She looks really queer though. Makes me
She is really queer.
Wow. Makes sense. I mean, literally just shaved head, flannel.
Holding a
Under
girl
a
in that one
vest.
image.
Oh yeah, that's fun. But yeah, just
I
she's
cropped
queer.
it for lack of confusion, but
Oh no, that's fair. But yeah, just she's queer, canonically. Looks very cool. So I approve.
yeah.
I think part of the fun of this is roasting the characters. And I think that definitely works when they are they're drawn characters, they're fictional. And this is a fictional character, but they're being played by real people because this is these are images from the musical. I'm not comfortable roasting a person. I do not want to roast people, so I will not.
Yeah.
These people are wonderful. Also, whenever I'm roasting characters, I feel like I'm not roasting the art style or anything. I'm just, if you draw a character to look like a dweeb, you're probably doing it intentionally. So it's not like I'm not going to acknowledge that. But, point stands. These 2 actors, I don't know. I'm assuming they're different actors.
I think so.
Yeah,
I pulled these off of Google, so I'm pretty sure they're from different productions.
Point stands, both these actors are very pretty. I know the general plot being she starts off being a bully and then eventually stops being a bully and it got censored in the musical. And so I'm going to say it's not valid for the sake of they censored the gays. Not that THEA isn't valid, but just the musical production is not valid because you censored the gays. And why would you do that?
The book is so much queerer.
Yeah. That's why you said they just Disney-fied it. But I'm like, you can Disney-fy it while still...
Well, because they changed the overall mood because the book is a lot more dark and dreary, I'd say. The musical is a lot kind of it Disney-fies it. It kind of less like dark, sad bits, kind of gloss over that, and also get rid of the gay.
You didn't have to do this to us. All right, so we move on to the next one. Point stance. They're both beautiful. Another one was a real actress. She's very pretty. I think. Again, I really don't know much about Once Upon a Time. I think that's like the basically like adult Disney show thing, right?
Yeah, so just think like lots of fairy tale characters live in a town together. That's the bit.
But isn't it like targeted towards adults though?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like the adult Disney bit.
Yeah. Also, this is another one for the furry counter because she is a werewolf.
Right, you mentioned that before too. So werewolf counter is at not werewolf counter. I mean, there is a werewolf counter basically because there's 2 of them now, but we're not making that into a counter because we've got too many. The furry counter is at 4.
Yeah, there's 4. Unless you count Zoe, but I think that's different.
Zoe,
Monster Prom.
Yeah, no, I think that's different.
Okay.
That does not feel furry adjacent to me.
Yeah.
In my humble onion.
Your humble onion.
So the furry counter's at 4.
Yep.
With RWBY. And yeah, no, just she's pretty. Fun. I'm guessing supposed to be like Little Red Riding Hood.
Yep.
Except not little anymore.
Old Red Riding Hood.
Please don't tell me they tried it. I'm assuming they make her an adult because she looks like an adult. Okay. I was going to say, I feel like a lot of shows like to go, oh, this is a teenager. And I'm like, well, I mean, it makes sense why, because they don't want to, hire actors who are minors. And I get that, and I agree with that choice. But sometimes I feel like they still make efforts to make them look more mature than they are.
Yeah.
Like, between, like, the makeup and, like, giving them very, like, chiseled jaw. And I'm like, at least just, you couldn't use makeup to try to make them look a little softer. A little more, like, dweeby dorky instead of, like, attractive. Just, oh, wow. Conventionally attractive at 16. That's rare.
My God. But yeah, she's an adult.
Yeah. Also, in those movies, all the background characters are always thin.
Yeah.
It never looks like an actual, like, high school. Most people aren't, like, stick thin. But anyway. So, did you want to talk a bit about this one?
Oh, yeah, Zuri. She's from a niche visual novel, that is niche enough that, my images are kind of blurry, especially that one on the right. That's a crunchy image. I like her a lot. I got attached to her playing visual novel where she's the main love interest. I was really excited to play a visual novel that was like pretty explicitly queer. I think she's really fun. She's protective and has this whole thing about being like a strong warrior. She doesn't understand like scholarly things like playing games and reading but also I remember she does also play the flute, which she's embarrassed about, but she's really good at it. It's really fun. Like really strong, and really like very like eager and bubbly and has a fun personality, but can also just get very sad very fast. She's sensitive and I love her. And she's sensitive about being sensitive.
Sensitive baby. Got a fun design. THEA said that there's multiple artists that worked on this game, and you can kind of tell they're all very different art styles, but I think they're all great. I think that the character concept feels like someone who would be on the internet.
Yeah.
But, like, still very fun, very cute. And, yeah, I enjoy.
Yeah.
And now we are here, finally, to Turkey Hawk.
No commentary.
We were both homestucks back in the day. We didn't know each other at that point, but we were both homestucks. But I will go not valid. No. Now that you're not valid for whatever interests you are, I still think Homestuck was a fun time. I'm just saying no because it should have been Nepeta. You're a furry. The furry counter should have gone up. Just like the furry counter is gonna go up on this last one at 5. Heaven, Angel Bright, a murderer. We're ending on the furry counter going up and a murder. I thought the furry counter last time ended at 6.
Where did we get the extra?
We've lost a furry.
Where's the furry?
Help us find our furry. Do you know?
Oh, Turkey
furry, right?
Turkey Hawk's a furry.
Okay, we found our furry. It's like, do you know where our furry is? Furry is furious. Or furious, we couldn't find our furry. I don't have anything to say about Heaven Angel Bright. Murder, pink, fun. That's enough for me. So yeah, that's the entire video. I don't want this to be too long because I'm worried that OBS is gonna just break on us. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here. That's all of Thea's fictional crushes from the past, except
At least
it's
all
not.
the ones I remembered and didn't forget to put on the thing. But
We've already remembered that there's a couple.
Yeah.
We had a concept, actually, a little bit kind of in between takes of just, we put them all in one video and we do a bit of like an interactive game to be like, all right, y'all have to guess. Maybe while you're watching, maybe in the comments, like which fictional crush belongs to who. And I just think that would be neat. We just present, here's a fictional crush. Which ones is it? That would be fun. That's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely go check out the one on Thea's channel if you're curious about my past fictional crushes. Again, not all of them are on there, but most of the ones that I could remember before going through this entire process. So yeah, it's a really fun time. And Thea's also really fun, so you should just subscribe to them in general. I'm not biased.
Totally not.
This has been Ginger's Grading is here on YouTube and on Instagram. Hope you guys have a lovely day.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.